Hola, Ivan. It's Latham Gaines here from Power Rangers and Bridge to Terabithia and Xena and maybe in King Kong you saw me. I just want to say hola to you. Thank you for watching. I love my fans.
Power Rangers Dino Thunder fue una de las series que tuvo un alto rating en ese momento, teniendo como mezcla lo nuevo con lo clásico, mirando hacia el pasado. ¿Crees que tu interpretación de Anton Mercer fue correcta o hubieras cambiado algo?
Wilfredo says, Power Rangers Dino Thunder is one of the series that had a high rating at that time, having a mixture to the new with the classic. Looking back now, what do you think your interpretation of Anton Mercer was correct, or would you have changed something?
It's a good question. I think this series was so popular at that time mostly because of Jason David Frank. I think that was a big deal to have him come back to our series. I think then, you know, people came for him, but then I think we had a great series on our own. Would I change anything? You know, I don't think I would. Maybe I might change my performance of Mercer slightly. Looking back on it, I think I could have been warmer with Trent. I feel like Mercer was so strict. And maybe, you know, as an actor, if I had another opportunity, maybe I would make him slightly warmer. That's maybe the only thing I can think of. But as far as Mesogog, I had so much fun playing Mesogog. I wouldn't change anything about it. And the directors and the producer at that time gave me incredible freedom to do whatever I wanted to do. I mean, I was basically blocking those scenes myself. I was basically saying a new director would come in and we'd read the scene and I'd say, look, I'm going to sit here and then I'm going to walk over here and then I'm going to, you know, say something to Elsa and then I'm going to do the mine and then I'm going to kill the, you know, I would just sort of tell them what I was going to do and they let me do that. So I wouldn't change anything about Mesogog, and maybe changing Mercer's performance slightly might be something I would do, but no, I'm really happy with the series. It was great fun. A good question.
Thank you. This is work about the investigate department of Ranger News. I prepared the question for that. Bueno, él nos dice que si tuviera que cambiar algo, de partida, no cambiaría muchas cosas. Lo único que tocaría sería la visión de Anton Mercer, porque lo considera muy estricto, o lo consideró muy estricto con Trent, entonces sería como más warm, o sea, como más cercano, como un padre, como más cariñoso, porque era como bien rígido. Eso es como lo único que cambiaría, porque obviamente en esta serie estuvo JDF, que eso le dio un plus, y a la vez, por el lado de Mesogog, con los directores, él agradece porque fueron muy libres en dejarlo actuar como él quería, con sus visiones, su trato con Elsa, su manera de experimentar, su trabajo con la mente, con esas conquistas que hacía. Entonces, ahí no cambiaría nada porque fue como todo perfecto, se sintió muy contento en eso. Solamente que Anton Mercer lo haría como más cariñoso, más cercano a Trent, que era el hijo. Así que, very good answer, Anton, thank you.
Sobre Hasbro, ¿qué opinas de su manejo actual? Paulo, yo recuerdo que te envié la foto del cast de Dino Fury. ¿Podrías mostrarles, no sé, qué consejo como actor le darías a los nuevos integrantes de Dino Fury?
Wilfredo asking about Hasbro, Latham. What do you think of the current handling? Yes, about that, about Hasbro, the old franchise.
What do I think about Hasbro taking over the franchise with the toys?
Yes.
Well, I think that's fantastic. I mean, I think Hasbro's, you know, one of the best toy companies in the world. So they'll be able to do it really well. And they love the franchise. They love the property. I know that from talking to them personally. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. So I think it's great. Yeah.
Bueno, la pregunta, Wilfredo, ¿qué opinaba de Hasbro y el manejo? Nos dice que Hasbro es una de las compañías de juguetes más importantes del mundo, que está haciendo el trabajo bien y que ama la franquicia. Obviamente él tiene unos contactos internos y que tal vez le pueda sentir de más cercanía esas palabras que nos dice, así que muy contento de que Hasbro tome la opción de seguir con los Power Rangers. And what advice will you give to the new Dino Fury actors, maybe, if you have a mentor for that?
That's a good question. I think, look, my advice to actors in general is you should take your role very seriously. You know, there are actors out there for whom it's a job. They don't care. And I think some actors can make the mistake of thinking that Power Rangers is for children or something. But my advice would be do the research on the franchise. Understand that you are the continuing legacy of a really, really long-running show that has massive fans around the world, that means a lot to a lot of people, and take it seriously and be the best version of that character that you're going to play. Be the best one. If you're going to be the Red Ranger, be the best Red Ranger that's ever done it. You know, just take it seriously. You'll get more out of it, and the fans will get a lot out of it. And I can tell you it works because it's, 16 years later, and I'm still sitting here every month talking about Dino Thunder because it means something to people. And it surprised me. I mean, the first Power Morphicon that I went to, the first Power Rangers convention,
Yes.
I had a mother come up to me with a 4-year-old boy. Or maybe no, sorry, he was a 6-year-old boy who was dying of cancer.
Oh.
The mom came up to me and said, my son has about 6 months left to live. He loved your character. I asked him what he wanted to do, and he said he wanted to meet Mesogog. If it was the last thing he ever did, he wanted to meet Mesogog. Now that's a surprise to me. Like, I thought I was playing a bad guy on a Power Rangers series. But for that kid, I had made somebody that was so meaningful to him that all he wanted to do, if he only had one thing to do in the rest of his life, was to meet that guy. Now think about that for a second. Don't just think you're an actor on a show and you got to learn your lines and say those lines. Do more than that. That's my advice.
Un aplauso. Qué palabras más sinceras. Bueno, le preguntamos qué consejo le daría a los nuevos actores. De partida nos comenta de que ellos van a interpretar un personaje dentro de una serie que tiene un legado, que tiene años de historia, que tiene fans, que tiene personas que la aman. Por lo tanto, que hagan lo mejor de ellos. Si son el Red Ranger, que sean el mejor Red Ranger. Que investiguen, que sepan más o menos la contextura del personaje, en sí del color que ellos representan, y sigan adelante. Que sean lo mejor y que se tomen el trabajo con seriedad. Que no es un juego, es una oportunidad de demostrar un legado y que esto continúe. Perfecto, perfecto mensaje. Y también nos comenta de que en la Power Morphicon, que él ha ido, yo lo vi el 2016, me recuerdo, se acercó una señora que su hijo de 6 años había fallecido unos meses atrás, cerca de 6 meses atrás, y le dijo que lo único que él quería era conocer a Mesogog, al personaje. Entonces él nos dice, él fue un personaje malo, que trató de infundir temor en los niños, trató de ser terrorífico, como él nos comentó, pero que una persona se acerque y te diga eso, es algo que te da para pensar, por el legado que tú ocupas. Es lo mismo que nosotros decimos en la comunidad, cuando te vistes de cosplay, no es solamente un traje, no es una tela con colores, es una responsabilidad, porque puedes representar a muchas personas que ven en ti un ejemplo, un recuerdo, una emoción en su familia. O sea, ¿qué palabras más sinceras y directas has dicho, Latham? Very strong.
Las más correctas, podríamos decir en este caso.
Very fantastic, thank you.
Acertadas, palabras muy acertadas.
Sí. ¿Cómo fue su experiencia en el crossover junto a los Power Rangers Ninja Storm y cómo fue esa experiencia de actuar con los demás Rangers y junto al actor Grant McFarlane, que fue el Lothar?
And first, Rodrigo, show your Lord helmet.
Always Williams.
O sea, Lord said helmet.
Nice,
Wow.
beautiful, beautiful helmet. Wow.
This is your own creation.
Beautiful.
I love the villains too. I am a cosplayer, so I made villains. You know, it's amazing.
Did you make that?
Yeah, the old costume.
Yes.
And
Thank
this
you.
helmet too. Yes.
Amazing.
And the
Beautiful.
powder helmets too.
Really good. I got to get you to make a Mesogog head for me. That is beautiful.
Podría
Wow,
ser uno
great, sure.
de Mesogog.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes, Mesogog, good. And the question will be Fredo says, what is your experience in the cameo with the Power Rangers Ninja Storm and working to the great McFarlane and Lothar?
This is a funny story. I've told this story many, many times because, I mean, first of all, you know, Grant McFarlane, he's dead now, unfortunately. Yes. He was a great actor. He's a New Zealander. knew it was going to happen. I knew what day it was going to happen. I was mean to him, quite frankly, to the actor. I wasn't very nice to him. I was in the trailer. He was going to come and share the trailer with me, which I thought was stupid. And the first day he walked in, I was just like, hey, he shook my hand and I was like being like a method actor, I was like, I don't like this guy. I don't like the actor. I don't like the character. I think Lothar's stupid. I think he's weak. I can't wait to fight this guy. I mean, I was like a professional boxer, right? I was just standing there looking at him like the actor was as well, not just the character. And I'll never forget, we both went through wardrobe and then we showed up on the set to get ready to do the scenes. And he walked up and I looked at him in his costume and I kind of looked at him up and down like this. And I went, nice ponytail, dude.
Ok, quiero escuchar eso.
Por favor, tradúzcanlo.
Looking back, I regret a little bit because I just wasn't nice to the actor, like especially now that he's dead, I feel terrible. Like if I could go back in time, when he came in the trailer, I would have said, hey, Grant, nice to meet you. And, how was it? And we would have talked. But no, I was an asshole to the guy. I didn't even talk to him. I was like just preparing for the scenes so that by the time we met him, I just, I hated him. Mesogog hated him. And so people ask me about that a lot. And I regret that I wasn't nice to him, but I wasn't nice to him. So it was a fun day. Obviously we didn't do the fight. The fight we didn't do that. That was the stuntmen in the suits for the fight, obviously. But the kind of shoving around, or that's one of my favorite lines when very collectible.
Oh, por Dios, no.
Bueno, vamos a contar algo de lo que nos comentó. Le preguntamos que había sido trabajar en el cameo con Ninja Storm y Greg McFarlane, que está fallecido, que en paz descanse, que era Lothar. Entonces nos comenta que él sabía el horario cuando iba a ser, sabía el día cuando iba a ser. Entonces él llegó y como que se vieron y como que lo saludó y no dijo nada, como que... Entonces le cayó mal. Dijo, no,
¿algo frío?
Es leso, es frío, es tonto, no sé. Entonces lo empezó a ver y se estaban cambiando. Y, no, quiero pelear con él, como que le cayó mal. Le cayó mal, lo halló frío, lo halló como débil, ni un brillo, como se dice en español. Y luego, cuando estaba caracterizado, él salió y lo vio, y lo primero que le dijo, linda cola de pony tienes en la cabeza. Entonces como que pasó, claro, hablaron ahí, actuaron, la pelea le hicieron los dobles, obviamente, pero lo que más le gustó, porque le cayó mal, o sea, es cuando lo agarra Mesogog y dice, linda miniatura. Lo cuenta como anécdota, luego hablaron un poco, pero pasó como sin pena ni gloria. Eso sí, le cayó mal. Mesogog don't like Lothar. No.
No sé si le preguntaron, pero do you have some action figure of your character? Wilfredo have that figure, but you have some character?
I only have that figure that a fan gave me years ago, gave me that figure. And then another fan years ago made me a stuffed figure, like a doll that they made of Mesogog. But that's I do have that figure, but that's the only thing I have, yeah.
Paulo, no sé, si él va a la Power Morphicon el próximo año, ¿me lo podría firmar él?
Wilfredo asking when you can stay the next year inside the Power Morphicon if you, me and Rodrigo go to the Power Morphicon the next year and we'll travel to this toy and you can sign this toy to Wilfredo?
Absolutely, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.